Well, I sat down to watch Subservience for the obvious reasons. I expected a hard hitting sci fi drama about the nature of robots, AI, humanity, and sexuality. Obviously. Nah, I'm just kidding. That movie was Ex Machina, and it was awesome. I really just kind of expected a sexy robot run amok thriller with all the cheese and like gratuitous sex of like a 90s movie, right? I mean, look at this. But boy, was I wrong. The movie opens with a father who's taking his young daughter and newborn son to like a robot store to pick out an android that will help take care of his home. You see his wife is suffering from heart failure and is awaiting a transplant. That leaves him as the sole caregiver for his kids, as well as balancing being the only parent bringing any money. He works as a foreman at a local skyscraper project and has been trying to prevent the company from going to an all-synthetic workforce. All this is somewhat laid out in the trailer, maybe, and you can see what I mean. Well, the stress is killing him, and his dumb little daughter wanders off into the robot store and gets lost. And of course, Megan Fox returns her. The daughter loves this android and wants to take it home, and the father, for, again, obvious reasons, agrees. Now, this is where I expected a lot more sexual tension between the father and the android. There could have been something a bit edgy and more dangerous about their interactions, and instead we are stuck with like 3 scenes, maybe. And only one of them is any kind of like sexy at all. And yes, I was expecting the movie to be sexy. I mean, look at this. How is this not the movie? The natural evolution for this would be that Megan Foxbot starts to interpret their dalliances as romantic, and he considers it no different than when his wife would use one of her sex toys, which is actually a line that happens near the end of the film, but it doesn't really pay out by that point. So, Foxbot should realize she's being used as a toy. It should kind of like break her. And with her new like programming, she should start setting other robots free as sort of like a messianic figure for androids. Now, I know that's not exactly an original idea, but I love the idea of androids gaining sentience. And the whole aesthetic of the movie sort of reminded me of Detroit Become Human, which again would have been kind of a cool pivot for like maybe like a second half of the movie. You already have everything you need to turn this into her going and setting free the synthetic workforce at the skyscraper, but they never do anything with it. I really expected a third act where Megan Fox, now spurned, was going to go to the skyscraper and enlist an army of other synthetics, and that's where the movie was going to be like, oh God, what have we done, right? Because everybody's being exploded. It's exploding the robots. That's the whole point of it, and it could have been thematic, but they just don't do it. At the end of the movie, she does hack all the robots around her, but she only pauses their functions. Like, she doesn't embed any deeper code or anything. They just pause and freeze, and it was just terrible. She should have turned them into drones or something, but instead we get like this Terminator-esque ending that is just not fun to watch, looks terrible, doesn't offer anything to the genre. So I think my ending of her going down to the skyscraper and freeing all the other robots would have been much, much cooler. I mean, to be honest, not that I thought the movie had a ton of potential, but I was expecting kind of a sleek, sexy, sci-fi murder robot movie, akin to the kind of things that I used to grow up watching. And instead it does nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's nothing new, nothing exciting, nothing innovative. But worst of all, it only gives us like one truly like sexy scene. And I mean, Megan Fox works hard for that. I mean, the least they can do is show it off, to reward her hard work, certainly. But yeah, take a pass on Subservience. I'm doubting most of you would even bother to watch it just based on the trailer, because you were probably like, oh, this will be smut, or this will be some kind of like cheesy, sexy movie, like gratuitous this. That's why I tuned in to see it. I'm not going to lie to you. We're all a little pervy sometimes. Sometimes you want to watch a sexy movie. But nope, this was not a sexy movie. It was a bland, boring, waste of my time movie that didn't add anything. So anyways, if you guys watched it, let me know. Were you also disappointed in the overall lack of sexuality, tension, story, characters, pretty much anything? So, all right. Till next time.